Hey guys, it's your girl T and Happy New Year. This is my first video of 2014. I can't believe that 2013 is already gone. The new year has been crazy so far. So I'm just in my room burning some aromatherapy candles. I was listening to some music and just chilling. But I wanted to get on camera and do some videos because it's been a few days and people have been sending me a lot of requests. So the first video I wanted to get out here was the whole situation concerning James Avery, aka Uncle Phil. James Avery died at age 68 on December 31st. When I first heard about this on the 1st, my heart was crushed. I cried like it was my own uncle. As you guys know, Fresh Prince is one of my favorite shows. It's a lot of people's favorite shows. And Uncle Phil was such a phenomenal character. James Avery was such a phenomenal actor and voice actor. For a lot of you guys who don't know, he was also the voice of Shredder. So any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans from the 80s, he was the original voice of Shredder. You know, I think what I love so much about James Avery is the fact that he was never embroiled in any type of controversy. There's nothing bad that you could say about this man. This man worked hard. He put his all into his craft. And there were just so many scenes in The Fresh Prince that made me laugh, that made me cry. But he was just a remarkable, well-rounded actor. You know, I think my favorite scene in Fresh Prince was the one I posted on my fan page, where Will Smith's father comes into town and basically, once again, he's running out on Will Smith, and Will Smith is really, really hurt. He's ranting, he's raving about how he doesn't need his father. Then Will breaks down crying, saying, you know, why doesn't he want me? And then the way Uncle Phil just grabbed him and hugged him. I mean, it was just such a powerful moment that to this day, when I watch that scene, I ball up and I cry like a little baby, you know, but that's just how remarkable that show was. And I think the part that makes me even sadder now that I'm older is that this generation doesn't have any shows like that. You know, my kids watch The Fresh Prince, but they watch everything in rerun. And it's sad that they don't have a show like that. They don't have their own Uncle Phil. They don't have their own James from Good Times. They don't have their own Martin. They don't have their own, you know, Carl Winslow from Family Matters or Danny Tanner. There's none of that. Everything nowadays is just ratchet-ass reality television. James Avery's character, Uncle Philip, was such a great character. I mean, when you think about it, this was a black man who struggled, who busted his ass, got him and his family out the hood, moved them to Bel-Air, but he never forgot his roots. He never forgot where he came from. And then on top of that, he was a mentor and a father figure to his wife's nephew. You know, this was a black couple. They were married, they had children, and they also took in another child and raised him like he was no different from their own kids. You don't see this anymore on television. Everything is just ratchetness. Everything is, you know, this man over here scoring 2 different females, and he got kids by this chick, and he got 2 more kids by here. You don't see anybody married anymore. You don't see the black family union anymore. So I think that's like the hardest part for me, is knowing that this phenomenal actor who brought this great character to life is now deceased. I think that's the part that hurt the most, because this generation will never have a Fresh Prince. They'll never have their own show. Everything that they're being raised on is reality television. But thank God for reruns. You know, this was one of my favorite shows. He was such a great actor, and it just saddens me to know that he passed away during open heart surgery. These were some of the tweets that a lot of his cast members were sending out. Alfonso Ribeiro was the first one to confirm that he had passed away to the world. He had took to Twitter to let everybody know. Ashley sent out a tweet. DJ Jazzy Jeff, which I got a chance to meet this summer when I was in Vegas, he sent out a tweet. And I just think the whole situation is sad. A lot of folks are trying to knock Will Smith, saying that, you know, Will Smith needs to take to Twitter and say something. Will Smith doesn't owe us or anybody shit. Will Smith was actually close and knew that man. He doesn't owe me or you anything. You know, Jada Pinkett Smith took to Facebook and she said some condolences, but I'm sure Will Smith is taking it very hard. And that's what I don't understand. People will say that celebrities share too much, but then when they don't, they get upset. A lot of folks are mad that Waka Flocka and his mom took to Twitter to announce his brother's suicide, and people thought that that was tacky and they should have kept that to themselves. But now these same folks are mad because Will Smith hasn't taken to Twitter to say anything. He doesn't owe anybody anything. It's obvious from the way they acted, the way that they interacted. They were as close as father and son. So I'm sure he's taking it very, very hard. So like I said, I'm just happy to be a 90s kid that was able to grow up and watch this show from its conception to what it is now. It's a worldwide phenomenon. People all over the world, even this new generation, is in love with The Fresh Prince. And that's something that you can never remake. They rewrote history and they had great chemistry. I love everybody from the cast, including including Janet Hubbard, who was the original Aunt Vi. I loved her, what she brought to the show as well. So anyways, go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the entire situation. How did you feel when you found out that James Avery died? And what was your favorite part? What was your favorite episode on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Now, this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, and I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel-Air. In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school when a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight. My mom got scared. So you're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel-Air. I whistled for a cab, and when they came near, the license plates are fresh and there was a dice in the mirror. If anything, I thought that this cab was rare, but I thought, nah, forget it. You're home to Bel-Air. I pulled up to a house about 7 or 8. I yelled to the cabbie, "You're home, smell you later." Looked at my kingdom, I was finally there to sit on my throne as a prince of Bel-Air. Hey! That is my song. Y'all know damn well y'all be singing that song when that theme song come on. Go ahead, leave a comment, y'all.